Hi there, I've been gifted a piece of wild salmon, so I'm going to hot smoke it, pan fry it and cold smoke it. As you can see as a close-up, it's really not a lot of fat in there, it's superbly lean. I'm really looking forward to cooking this up. So there we go, all chopped up, and the piece that I'm going to start using for the cold smoked salmon, I'll start that first because the salting process takes a little while. Okay, you need to weigh your piece because you need to work out what 3% of its weight is so you can put the salt on, and that will be about 4 grams of salt in this instance. You need to make sure that your salt hasn't got any magnesium additives in, so something like a sea salt would be good for this, but I'm actually going to use a mix from a company called smokedust.co.uk, and it's a rosemary and thyme mix. It's a nice even coverage and possibly a little bit more on the thicker bit. And now you pop it in the fridge for 8 to 12 hours. This is the smoker I'm going to use. I actually won this in a competition from Ronnie Sunshine's but these cost about £35–40, and this is where you put your burners here. This plate sits inside there with your wood chips underneath, 2 shelves to sit in top with the food on, and then obviously your lid on top, and that goes on the top there. Don't like the bottom of this so much. Don't think the design's very good for sitting that on there, but it's still, for the money, a really good unit. And this is a smaller one I made for myself to take on camps. It's just 2 sweet tins basically with a little bit of adaptation. Links in the top if you want to have a look. Right, I'm going to use apple wood for this. Normally a couple of spoons should be alright, and about 20 minutes or so cooking time. Some people say to soak it, some say don't. I put a little bit of water into egg with a little bit of retardation. So the chips are in underneath there. I've put methylated spirits in there, just got to light that and put the fish in. You don't however need to buy any expensive equipment. You can actually use a barbecue as a hot smoker. You can buy tins to actually put herbs and spices and things in and wood chips, but this one I've just made out of an old confectionery tin. There we go, I'm just using the one shelf and I've got it on its highest setting, and we'll come back in about 20 minutes or so. I'm just going to have a quick check just before the 20 minutes. And while the hot smoker's finishing off, I'll get this bit pan fried. Calling that done. There we go, perhaps a tad darker than I'd have it, but that's 20 minutes. And here we have the hot smoked and pan fried salmon together. I'm not normally a fan of the normal stuff, but this wild stuff looks nice. Now I don't normally like salmon, as I've said, but I had 2 helpers in the house and the general consensus was... So that's the salting done, and now rinsed that off, dried it, and I'm going to leave it in the fridge uncovered for a skin called a pellicle to form. And this is coming on nicely, it's gone really dry to the touch and the pellicle's really good on this. So the next step is to start smoking it for a long time. And this is the smoking unit I've started that I'm going to be using, and obviously you can see it just puts a little bit of smoke up. I think these are about £35. And this is the smoking box I'm going to be using, small and compact, and I think they're about £25. And there it is. I was going to put a bit of cheese in there, it seems a shame to waste it, but because it doesn't need as long as salmon does. So I'm losing the daylight now. It's been on all day, but it's starting to mizzle a little bit, so I'm going to have to take the smoker in. You can leave it a lot longer depending on how much smokiness you want on there. There you can actually see the difference, it's really, really firm. You can really feel how firm this flesh is now. Still that gorgeous colour. And there it is sliced. It's quite a thin piece, so it did break into like 2 halves, but nevertheless it's still come out really well. This is actually quite a stronger flavour than the normal shop bought stuff.